Hey everyone, welcome to episode 278, Walking Out the Door. Welcome to the Harmony in the Home podcast. I'm your host, Kelly Hutchison. I'm a counselor, a life coach, and most importantly, an imperfect mom doing this work right along with you. And my goal on our podcast is to go from chaos to calm, feel less frazzled, and have more fun within your four walls to have more harmony in your home. Hey everyone, how is everybody doing? I have been in the thick of feeling all the feelings of 50-50, and I love sharing that all with you because it helps normalize it for not only your kids, but also for your own lives. Because we always think that everybody else's life is so perfect, and sometimes we think, oh, if I just had their life, then life would be so much easier. But I love that saying about how if you take all of your problems and you put them in a pile and you put them with 5 other people, you're going to beg for your problems back. So before I get into today's topic, which you're probably like, what are you talking about, walking out the door? I want to talk to you about pocket coaching. I am loving pocket coaching with so many of you. And if you haven't signed up yet, it is a great way to help with consciousness and on-the-go help and telling me all the things that are happening in your four walls. And then I can tell you all the things that are happening in my four walls and different experiences I've had in the classroom or with my kids when they were the ages that your kids are, or with past students or past families, or when I was counseling. And a lot of those stories and experiences I can't really share and don't prefer to share on podcast form because it's such a public format. And a lot of people, especially the people within my four walls, don't want their stories out there, which I don't blame them. So I like sharing things that are going on, things that we're struggling with, things that are strengths for going on with us, and how we're managing it all. Because life is not about unicorns and rainbows. It's about riding the wave like a surfer and enjoying the 50-50 of it all. So with my consciousness, I can help you with your consciousness, and then your consciousness can help me with my consciousness. So it's like kind of a win-win and a two-way street. So if you're interested, go to coachingkelly.com, go to Work With Me tab, and sign up there for pocket coaching. It is so amazing. It will help you so much to stop yelling at your kids, get your kids to listen. I will douse you with strategies and tips of things that you can do that are personal to things that are going on in your life versus just the general advice that I give on the podcast. So it's been a really difficult year for my family of origin and the family tree that sprouted from my family of origin. So everybody knows that I have 2 sisters, and I always say they're like my left and right arm. Obviously a mom and a dad, and we all got married and we all had 2 kids. And ironically, we each had a boy and a girl. The 3 sisters all had a boy and a girl. The only difference is I had my girl first and then boy, and my other 2 sisters had their boy first, then their girl. So that's the only difference. But isn't that ironic and just quirky that we all 3 had 2 kids and we all 3 had a boy and a girl? I just think that that needs to be in some record book or something like that. And if you look at the ages of all of my nieces and nephews on my family of origin side, it's like every age group is represented because we have a 28-year-old, a 26-year-old, a 20-year-old, an 18-year-old, a 16-year-old, and a 14-year-old. Isn't that wild? I think that's so wild. Anyway, we suffered a huge loss this summer. My sister's husband passed away, and it was sudden, and he was young, and it was one of those, I think I'm still in shock. I think we're all still in shock, and it's been very difficult because it was on the heels of losing our father, who was our wise old owl. He was the Craig T. Nelson. If you ever saw Parenthood, he was the Craig T. Nelson of our family. So I feel like we're all still reeling from that because it hasn't even been a year, and we're still reeling from that. And then for this to happen just knocked us all off on our keister. We were already off our keister, but then it was like a sucker punch. And to go through the loss of your father and then love your niece and nephew as much as we all do, and know that pain is so real after going through it, it just kind of was just staggering. I met my brother-in-law in 1992, I think. Yeah, 1992. I was at state champions for soccer, and we were in sudden death, and we lost on a overtime sudden death goal that was just a fluke where it was going one way and then the wind took it and it just boom, went in the net. On an average day, it wouldn't have gone in. And it was heartbreaking and devastating. I was on the front cover of the sports section the next day stout sad over state cup loss or something like that. And there I am, like sitting there, like booing my eyes out. And that's the night I met my brother-in-law. And so I want to share a story about something that's changed all of our lives about my brother-in-law. And it's something so simple and so basic, but it's so true about things that we want to get done and accomplish in our life. And one thing about my brother-in-law is he was very healthy. He was always working out. He would wake up every morning at 5:30 and then he would walk to the gym. And then he would work out at the gym for an hour and then he'd walk home. I think it was like a mile to the gym. And so my sister would always ask him, how do you stay so consistent? How do you just, no matter what, at 6 a.m., you are out the door walking to the gym. You work out at the gym and then you come home. And it's just like clockwork and then you go to work. Like, how do you do that? Because when I go to work out, I say, oh, I'm going to do it. And then I might oversleep. Or if it's on a weekend, I might say, oh, I'll do that in a little bit. And then it's 9 o'clock in the morning. Oh, it's too hot. I'll wait till it gets a little warmer. And then it starts raining. Oh, I'll wait till the rain stops. And then all of a sudden it's 4 o'clock. It's still hanging over my head. I haven't run. I haven't gone to the gym. I haven't worked out. I haven't gone for a walk. I haven't done jack diddly squat as far as workout is concerned. I've done everything else, but not that. How do you not procrastinate? How do you not stall? And he's like, I just walk out the door. And he was very sarcastic, which he was one of the funniest people I've ever met. And his name was Jamie. And Jamie would always say, I just walk out the door. Look at this. He was very sarcastic. He'd say, look, I just turn the knob and then the door opens and then I just walk out the door. Isn't that just amazing? And he's obviously making fun of us because I would say the same thing. I'm like, how are you so consistent? I am flailing. I'm having a hard time. I was in a really good routine before my dad had passed away. And then once my dad passed away, I feel like I know there's no wagon, but like, I didn't even like fall off the wagon. I sold the wagon to someone in Zimbabwe. Like there was no wagon to even fall off of anymore. I was flailing. I was all over the map. And I would ask him that same thing. And I just walk out the door. I turn the knob and then the door opens. And guess what? I walk out that door. And it was so simple and so basic. And Jennifer actually shared that. My sister shared that at his celebration of life about that story. And it just resonated with so many people. And now so many people are going on what they call hashtag Jamie walks. I call myself Jamie Gump now because I am walking and running like I'm Forrest Gump. I one day logged 30,000 steps because I don't really have an off switch. I either like am all in or I'm all off, and I am like all in. Once I heard that, for some reason, just walk out the door, it just simplified something that I was overcomplicating. And I had a routine. I had everything was going on. Everything was going great. Routine for 10, 15 years. And then I got hit like with a tornado in my heart when my dad passed away. And it just felt like I just was in quicksand. And the chatter that went on of not being able to just walk out the door was almost harder than not doing it. Because the mental chatter, oh, I should be, I'll start on Monday, and then I would do it one day, and then I would stop, and then I would start. That start-stop was the most exhausting experience of my life in the workout world. And since I heard that, and since he said that, and since he passed away, it woke me up to literally your health is your wealth. And just walking out the door can be so symbolic of whether you're trying to get a business off the ground, you're trying to work on your relationship with your kids, you're trying to have more connection in your marriage, you're trying to get your house organized, you're trying to get back on a workout routine, you're trying to manage your money better, you're trying to get that promotion at work, you're trying to start that own business, you're trying to get that Etsy business off the ground. Whatever it is, you can plug in anything in that section of just walking out the door. And it makes it so simple in the brain, because when the brain does the chatter of like, the alarm, let's picture the alarm going off. It's 5 a.m. and you have to get out the door by 5:30 to go do this said workout. So there will be a lot of mental gymnastics between 5 and 5:15 because, it takes you about 10, 15 minutes to get ready. And assuming there's no drive involved. So let's say it's 5:15. You have to get out the door by 5:30 to get your workout in before you go to work. Let's just say, I'm just throwing out hypotheticals. So there will be so much mental gymnastics that will go on between 5 and 5:15. Expect it. Don't be surprised by it. And when that mental gymnastics happens, I want you to tell yourself, I'm just going to walk out the door. And walk out the door could be whatever you need it to be. It doesn't have to be those words, walk out the door, like you're actually physically going to walk out the door. Because a lot of people do home workouts. So it could be walk out the bedroom door and go into the gym, or go into the garage, or go into the den, or go into the basement. We don't have basements in where we live. But use that and then let me know how you are using hashtag just walk out the door. So my sisters and I are sending each other pictures of us going for our Jamie walks, what we call them, or Jamie runs, or Jamie Gump walks, or Jamie Gump runs. And we're sending them to each other pictures of being outside, pictures of our shoes on the pavement, and just hashtag Jamie walk or hashtag walk out the door. So I want to give that gift to you. If you need accountability, I run accountability groups for people who need to get in shape. And I always felt like this last couple months, I felt like a fraud running those groups because I was struggling so much. But now I'm on the other side of it, and I really want to help you if you need help with accountability. I can set you up with a meal plan, a fitness program. It could be walking. It could be lifting weights. It could be yoga, whatever you want it to be. And I can give you a customized, personalized plan and help keep you accountable. So then you can send me pictures of you doing XYZ and with the hashtag walk out the door, or Jamie walk, or open the door and turn the knob and walk out. That's another one we use. So if you need help, reply to the email that I sent, or just send me an email at coachingkelly@aol.com. Yes, I'm on AOL, and I don't think I'll ever get off AOL. And just say, I need help getting in shape. And I will hook you up, Buttercup, and we can keep each other accountable because we rise in helping others. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye. Hey, mamas, thanks for listening. If you had any ahas, clicks, or those lightning bolt moments while listening, you have to check out my free parenting bootcamp, where we take all of this to the next level and we try to create even more awakenings for ourselves so that we can connect more with our kids and never yell at them again. You can sign up at www.coachingkelly.com. And if you really want to fill up my love cup, send me an email of what your aha was, what your click was, what was that lightning bolt moment while you were listening. I want nothing more in life than for you to have harmony in your home and to learn how to be an imperfect mom like me, which allows your kids to be imperfect too, each and every day. Thanks for listening.